order this regular board meeting for Hicksville Exempted Village Board of Education, the ultimate one for yours truly. All right, so roll call, please.
Mrs. Carrier?
Here.
Mr. Levy?
Here.
Mr. Methvin?
Here.
Mr. Vetter?
Here.
And Mrs. Mazur.
Here. Let us all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome. I see we have one visitor here and some nice little presentations to be made soon. And then I guess you're up, Jane.
I guess I'm up.
Yes.
Well, I'm here to talk about, again, this year, the Wellness and Success Fund and Disadvantaged People Plan. In your packet, I believe, was included kind of all the information about the Student Wellness and Success. Just to kind of reiterate, we spend at least 50% of that money, the Student Wellness and Success Funds, on physical or mental health services, and I'll go into what that means in just a minute. We have collaboration with a lot of different agencies, including the ESC, the Health Department, United Way, the Economic Development Board, ProMedica, and Health Western, Partners of Ohio, Parkview, Sports Medicine, all kinds of people. We're sharing this plan with you tonight, and then it will be posted on the website according to law within 30 days of the amendment of the plan, and we report annually on how we spend that money, or Mr. Ruin does, and we are also required to use this money to support initiatives from the Ohio Department of Ed and Workforce Development. So the Student Wellness and Success is what we're going to talk about. First, the allocation as of the 1st of December was 2,078, 192. And the goals within that plan include a strength and conditioning instructor 1 or 3/4 of a day that teacher spends, and that's kind of to provide opportunities for the students to build their own personal fitness but under supervised and structured environment. Goal 2 is an athletic trainer. And let me back up just a second. A lot of these things are all the same, but some of them have been moved to different categories depending on what we're actually using the funding for and where the money is going to be allocated. So the athletic trainer, that's obviously to help our students prevent injuries and then offer any kind of corrective, whatever that rehabilitation as needed when they do occur. And then goal 3 relates to the employment of 3 full-time guidance counselors, 1 at each building, and they, obviously they play a very critical role in helping with the health and well-being of our students. Any questions about those? I will point out a couple things. One of in the strength and conditioning program, last year there were around 50 students that participated. This year there's around 80. So I think that says that's a testament to the person that's running that program, Mr. Miller. Any other questions about those things? Like I said, they're all the same as last year. They just it may be where the funds are allocated. That's a little bit different. So the disadvantaged pupil impact aid was around 5,229,676 as of December 1st, and those numbers fluctuate based on what information we get from the state. There are 5 goals with this. The first one is the structured literacy coaches, and that is helping our K-4 students as well as our middle school students this year. And I think a success to what we can see is and I'm sorry if I'm going to steal your thunder, Mrs. Kaufman, but 69% passage rate of the OST in the fall is great, and that's a wonderful testament to not only the work that the teachers are doing, but what's happening with our structured literacy program. Sorry if I stole your good news there, but I think it's important to point that out, because I think without that, that we may not see that result in the fall. Second one is the same as last year. It's 1 full-time and 1 quarter-time credit recovery instructor that helps those students who are credit deficient and get them to where they need to be for graduation. Goal number 3 is a full-time nurse, which we've had for several years. Very lucky to have her. She's done some amazing things this year. I don't know if you all get to see the newsletters that she puts out and the things she did. That I really appreciate that. And she tells you to wash your hands without, being in your face, wash your hands, but I like that. Really. And then 4 is the full-time social worker that we have that's existing. And then number 5, oops, sorry, walked ahead there. Number 5 is additional instructional time. We're required by the state of Ohio to have a certain number of minutes of instruction time, and we go over that here. So when we look at how we can allocate some of these funds, some of it can be charged off to the extra time that we're here.
Jane, before you go on, I just wanted to clarify that goal 1, 2 full-time structured literacy coaches, we actually have 3,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
2
yeah, that's
of them are being funded through this disadvantaged pupil impact aid. And the other one's through Title I.
Yeah,
So that's why there's 2 listed here, although
we have,
we have 3.
yeah.
And also want to just clarify, the DPIA and Student Wellness Success, they're both restricted funds from the state of Ohio. So these funds can only be spent in certain areas, certain categories. And also the state is required, as Jane is presenting this, presented to the board. It's set to be voted on later in the agenda, and then we'll download it on it. Maybe she's got this stuff coming up later, but it'll be on our website. So just meeting ODU's requirements that they expect from us districts.
Tony, I know you're disappointed I'm not gonna take an hour, but pretty much.
I think you did great.
Anybody have any questions that either myself or Mr. Room can answer?
I have to be in Perrysburg Sunday, and somehow the athletic instructor came up, and so we were talking about that, and I told him how awesome it is that our students get to do that. We have like a girls only class, right?
The strength and conditioning?
Yeah, and how important that is for them, and what a difference it makes for those girls to be able to lift with other girls and not in a mixed class. And they were very jealous of us. And then I also talked about our awesome facility and the room that they get to lift in, and they were quite jealous. And so I was bragging on our school just Sunday about this program.
Along with the all-girls class for strength and conditioning, we also have a self-defense course that is offered every year for our senior girls. So I think that's probably is pretty cool too.
Well, like I said, there were 50 students participating last year, and now there's 80 this year, so that's a testament to that as well. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Since Jane's finished, we can move on to principal reports. Who's up first? Great, thank you, Tony.
I'll lead us off. So our 5th through 8th graders recently participated in our annual spelling bee the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it went G-R-E-A-T, great. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I want to say a big congratulations to Danica Kramer, who won our event. And I also want to say a big congratulations to Waylon Hilty. He was our runner-up. So both of those students will actually be moving on to the Defiance County Spelling Bee. That'll be Tuesday, January 13th at Ayersville Schools. And then Danica, since she's our school champion, will have the chance to move on to the regional spelling bee in Toledo sometime in the spring. So we're very proud of all our contestants. They all did a really good job. It went quite a few rounds, and the ending was very exciting. And Danica got that last word right. The last word was Everest, and she nailed it. So very proud of her. Next, we are excited to watch our 5th through 12th grade band students perform here in the high school gym tomorrow evening, December 9th at 7 o'clock. Our 5th through 12th grade choir students will then perform their Christmas choir concert this Friday, December 12th at the Huber. Thank you to Mr. Kohlmeyer, Mrs. Wendell, and all of our students for practicing, preparing. We have 2 really great shows lined up this week, and they put in a lot of prep. Friday, December 19th, the last day before break, our middle school will be having some Christmas fun. Different grade levels will be participating in different activities, some of them including Christmas movies, Christmas games, trivia, crafts, dodgeball, and just a lot more through 5th through 8th grade. So we're excited to have that day of fun for our students. They've worked really, really hard this first half of the year, and it's fun for our teachers to have a little fun with them before they leave for break. So that's the middle school.
I'll go ahead and steal the mic. As Jane said, our 3rd grade fall OST scores were released earlier this month, and one of the major changes from the state is that any student that passes the fall 3rd grade test, scores proficient, will not have to retake it in the spring. So that is amazing. Over the past 3 years, we have been actually trying to revamp the title program, and I do believe our 3rd grade test scores do demonstrate that. As Jane said, Hicksville had 69% passing, which is a 31% difference from the state average of 38%. We only have 20 students that will be taking the test this spring. And just to give you some data, 5 years ago, we were only 1% higher than the state average, scoring a 37%, with the state average being 36%. And we've continued to go up. 2022, we were 9% higher than the state average. So I'm hoping that we just continue to do better and better as we are trying to prepare those kiddos for that fall test. I mean, they took it 41 days into their 3rd grade school year. So for students who did not pass the ELA test, we are offering meetings with the parent and the child, along with their ELA teacher and our structured literacy team, to go over specific areas for improvement, hoping to partner with the parents. This year, like our literacy team, the focus has really been on writing and using, vertical alignment with graphic organizers, specific graphic organizers and specific expectations for the end of the school year. And so we're actually going to be offering a PD to our 2nd and 3rd grade students, or teachers, not students, or teachers, on Wednesday for the second half of their day. So they can collaborate and discuss some best practices and see how we can even use, our technology special to help, prepare those students better. So we're just trying to look at lots of different resources. Our structured literacy will also begin conducting the middle of the year benchmarking starting next week for grades 1st through 3rd. And then once we return from Christmas break, our kindergarten students will be benchmarked, as well as our 4th graders. We are going to be starting that so we can more effectively place them with the structured literacy teacher in middle school as well. Lastly, Mrs. Wendell has been working with our 4th grade kiddos. They have a concert coming up on Monday, the 15th. The 3rd and 4th grade sign choir will also be joining them in the Commons at 6 o'clock. So, thank you.
Thank you.
There's been several events happening in the high school, and I'd like to point out a few to you tonight. On November 15th, we had 32 varsity teams here attend our annual Hicksville quiz tournament, and it's actually quite a feat, and Mrs. Laney has told me that it's actually the largest private quiz tournament in the state of Ohio. So we host it each year, and our students did pretty well. Some schools came from several hours away, and we had some strong finishes by a couple of our students. Unfortunately, they didn't place something specific, didn't get a trophy, but they did extremely well against some tough competition, and they did a great job serving as hosts for all those schools. They really did put forth a good face for Hicksville schools, so I was proud of them that day. Last Thursday, our sophomores spent the day exploring their future educational opportunities in the world of career tech. A number of them began the day by traveling to Fort County Career Center, and they had their exploration day there to see all the opportunities that Fort County has to offer. And then in the afternoon, we had all of our sophomores come out, and we fed them pizza and learned about the opportunities here at Hicksville if they were to stay here. And then we had a career fair type experience in the field house to where several employers came and set up tables and met with our students, Eric being one of them. So we appreciate all those business owners, business leaders that came out to meet with our students and just share the opportunities that are available here at Hicksville for them. And several of them are actually working with our current work release students and are employing some of our students. So that was good for them to hear about. This past Saturday, we played host to 11 schools at our 3rd annual Hicksville Wrestling Invitational. Our boys took 3rd place as a team, so they did extremely well. And several individuals racked up medals, with Carson Kreitz and Josh Franklin both taking 1st in their divisions. Caleb Franklin and Eli Guilford both got runner-up. And then Cross Zedike and Charlie L.A. took home 3rd in their divisions. So congratulations to all of our wrestlers. And job well done to Coach Moore and his assistants. Very, very well put on invitational, and I know that takes a lot of work. This week we'll begin decorating the halls for Christmas, and our high school classes will be competing once again in the annual door decorating contest. The home-based classes will be completing their doors this week, and then the vote will take place next Monday, with the winning home-based class getting a pizza party next Wednesday. Next Tuesday, our financial literacy semester 1 class will be participating in the annual Real Money, Real World simulation. This is where we have volunteers from area businesses come in, they set up shop and sort of simulate real life scenarios for our students to go through as they learn about budgeting and finances of adult life. And then next Friday, right before Christmas, we have our high school students participating in the annual high school talent show in the gym. That's how they'll start the morning off. And then after that, we will have the annual Dominion Cup competition put on by our house leaders where they compete between classes for the coveted Dominion Cup trophy. And then a quick note about holiday basketball. We are hosting the Girls Route 49 Classic this year, which will be played on December 22nd and 23rd. And the boys play in their Route 49 on December 29th and 30th at Eden. That's all I got.
Thank you, Angie.
Hello. I have just a couple of things to highlight. In November, we had our teacher in service where we invited our local law enforcement and completed safety drill training with the staff, working on different, reviewing all the lockdowns and then evacuation procedures. We also tested the school safety system, and then when the students came, we completed a lockdown drill with them as well. Everything ran smoothly. It was a great review of how to go about our lockdowns. We just conducted our first middle school IMTSS conference, which means Integrated Multi-Tiered System of Supports. It's where staff comes together and reviews different students' academic and behavioral data and identify different needs that that student may have. After we identify their needs, we target interventions tailored to them, and then we just then we meet again later on and review if those interventions and supports that we put in place for them is working and is making a difference. And if it's not, then we adjust and create more supports or more interventions for them. The good news is our school, from what I've heard around, is ahead of many other districts with our IMTSS process. We've had this going on. First it was RTI, and back with Mrs. Kaufman, it started there, and it's just built over the years. And I know based off of when I've talked to other schools who have come over and talked to us, they are not as far along as we are. So it always, it's a good thing of where we're at and how far we've come with that process, and we're ahead of the game. Just this year, we've had a lot of students in and out of the school, new, and then some, who of course have left. But I can tell you that our intervention specialists have worked so hard in differentiating instruction for all of our levels of students. They always are trying to find new ways to diversify curriculum and make it to where it's at a point where the student can learn it and then also show what they've learned in their own way. Something I want to just highlight is our cross-categorical classroom this last month did a life skills project where they taught the students how to prepare a full Thanksgiving meal. And on top of that, they looked up the recipes, came up with their shopping list, went shopping for those items, came back, divided the cooking amongst both the younger kids and the older kids, and then put on this really, really nice Thanksgiving meal. It was delicious. So I just want to kind of give a shout out to those teachers, Mrs. Sullivan, Mrs. Deal, for doing all those wonderful things with those students and giving them all those experiences. Otherwise, we're on the countdown to Christmas.
All of us. Thank you. All right. Fort County report.
So Fort County was closed the week of Thanksgiving for a big electrical project they had, and that all went smoothly. So the building has power and heat and everything back to it as of that week. Aside from that, there's been a few hiccups along the road or along the way with the new building project, which you're going to have that. But it's all still moving forward and looks good and promising that the students will be in soon. So
Good.
That's awesome. And Mr. Countryman.
Yeah. I can't hardly believe we only have 9 school days left till Christmas break, which is hard to imagine, but it's the way it is. And we've had only 2 closures so far, and both of those were because of fog, even though you'd think it would be because of snow, with the amount of snow and stuff we've had. So we've been pretty lucky as far as that goes. Hopefully the fog stays away, and remind everyone that it's Northwest Ohio, and the country roads become snow-covered and icy, and they stay that way till it thaws out. So you need to slow down, because I'm not going to cancel school because the country roads are slippery. That's part of living in Northwest Ohio. The ESC normal meetings there that I attended the last couple months, nothing of great value to point out. We get updates and stuff that Carrie provides for us, so it's always a good time for us. A special thanks to Kirsten for the incredible Veterans Day program that we had. I had a lot of really great comments about that from people that attended, and also people that didn't attend that told us how they had heard how nice that our program is, and always thankful for Kirsten and the work she puts in to make that happen. And I also want to thank Angie because of the work she spent putting together that safety drill and working with the local police department and stuff and getting that all organized so that that went smoothly, and thank you for that. And lastly, I'd like to recognize our dear outgoing president. How many years?
I was
You were here and then
elected.
left and then...
Yes, so elected in 2008, started 2009. 1 year was out, and then the rest of 15.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome. And we have a little something for you. It's nowhere close to the thanks that you should receive, but this is from the board and Mike and I
Well, thank
for
you
your
very
efforts
much.
here with us and all the work that you've done during those 15 years to help make our school even better than it is. So we appreciate all your work.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks. I appreciate all of you. It's a great school district to be with. Okay.
That's all I have.
Perfect. We are going to move on to minutes and financials, and I need a motion, please. Thank you, Galen. Thank you, Jen. Minutes from the regular board meeting on October 13th, 2025. Treasurer's consent agenda items. Cash reconciliation as of October 31st, 2025. Financial statements for October 2025. amended official certificate of estimated resources for fiscal year 2026 as presented, total general fund resources of $20,770,696.61, and total resources for all funds of $25,715,995.63. Fiscal year of 2026, the amended temporary appropriations as presented, total general fund appropriations of $14,769,387.30, and total appropriations for all funds of $17,660,082.61. We are going to accept the following donations, and thanks as always for everyone who so generously donates to the schools. $800 from Hicksville Eagles for the middle school and high school student of the quarter 1 and 2 luncheons. $2,100 from Anonymous for the girls basketball fund. $2,071.58 from the athletic boosters for the athletic fund. $250 from the boosters to the boys varsity basketball fund. $400 from the Defiance County Farm Bureau for the FFA program, $500 from Hicksville Bank for the FFA program, $35 from Joyce Yoder for the FFA program. We Are Teachers Wish List giveaway was procured by Kathy Laney, 59 We Are Teachers posters, $1,800 in custom printing, $2,000 in copy paper, and $500 in classroom supplies. Discussion. Mike, you got anything on this?
I just know that Kathy Laney worked hard to obtain this donation and had to jump through a few hoops on my end, but once I got that done, it didn't take long, and they went through and we got this stuff delivered.
That's remarkable. All right. No discussion, roll call, please.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to the employment of certified staff.
All second.
Thank you. And Eric. Boston Hootman as a certified substitute for the 2025-26 school year. Katie Chapman as a certified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Brianna Ori as a certified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Maria Saunders as a certified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Resignation from Lisa Slattery as first grade teacher effective May 29, 2026. Supplemental contracts for the 25-26 school year for Paul Payne for indoor track coach. A big thank you to Lisa. I remember when she started, and she's been here quite some time and always does some interesting things with her students.
You'll see later that Greg is also retiring, and they're going to start doing the grandpa-grandma thing, I think, so.
Which makes perfect sense.
Right.
Any other discussion on these items? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to the employment of classified staff, and after that, we have an addendum as well, so I do need a motion.
I'll move.
Second.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Galen. Resignation from Greg Slattery as bus driver effective May 29, 2026. Resignation from Justin Davis as head football coach. Issuing a 1-year contract to Kim Forster as assistant to treasurer, payroll benefit specialist effective November 11, 2025. Boston Hootman as a classified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Katie Chapman as a classified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Brianna Ori as a classified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Maria Saunders as a classified substitute for the 25-26 school year. Volunteers for the 25-26 school year include Christopher Combs for wrestling, Braden Dix for wrestling, John Deal for junior high girls basketball, and Kiana Marshman for swim. Supplemental contracts for the 25-26 school year, Cornelio J.R. Mendoza for freshman boys basketball coach, and Dylan Welch for Mini Aces boys basketball coach. Discussion.
It just occurred to me, I never thought about it before, but I think it speaks very highly of our school when we have so many of our graduates who come back and are willing to be substitutes. And
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think that just says a lot, because I remember when I was a recent graduate, and I was not all that interested in coming back.
The truth comes out, right?
It took a while. But so many of them do, and they very soon, and I just think that speaks a lot.
Mhm. It does, I agree.
Good point, Jen.
Any other comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to the addendum for employment of classified staff. I need a motion, please.
I'll move. I'll second.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Tyler. The January 2026 organizational meeting and board meeting to be held on January 12, 2026. Electing Jennifer Carrier as President pro tempore at the January 12, 2026 organizational meeting. Approve addendum for John Adams as Assistant Director of Operations and Transportation Supervisor. Approve a $150 stipend for every 5 hours to John Adams and Eric Bassett for snow removal during non-school hours. Discussion. Any commentary? All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Woo! And you'd think by now I'd be able to spit it out.
All right.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. Other business, I need a motion, please.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Eric and Galen. Okay. Junior high girls wrestling overnight trip to Licking Heights Middle School in Pataskala, Ohio, January 24th and 25th, 2026. We have several new and revised Board of Education bylaws and policies for non-discrimination and equal employment opportunity, dealing with sick leave, Section 504 ADA prohibition against disability discrimination in employment, non-discrimination in access to equal educational opportunity, Section 504 ADA prohibition against discrimination in disability, non-discrimination on the basis of sex in education programs and activities, non-discrimination in equal employment opportunity, Section 504 ADA prohibition against disability discrimination in employment, assignment of transfer, sick leave, non-discrimination and equal employment opportunity, Section 504 ADA prohibition against disability discrimination in employment. Seems to be a popular choice. Drug and alcohol testing for CDL license holders and other employees who perform safety-sensitive functions, transportation supplement clarification, sick leave, withdrawal from school, personal communication devices, attendance, release time for religious instruction during the school day, promotion, academic acceleration, placement, and retention, acceptance of payment by credit cards, student fees, fines, and charges, the audit, web accessibility, content absence services, continuity of organizational operations plan, information security, school safety, student abuse and neglect, transportation, bus driver certification, transportation for non-routine trips, transportation by vehicles other than school buses. The deleted Board of Education bylaws and policies, non-discrimination based on genetic information of the employee, anti-harassment, non-discrimination based on genetic information of the employee, anti-harassment, non-discrimination based on genetic information of the employee, anti-harassment, electronic data process, and disaster recovery. And because they occur at different spots in there for different reasons, that's why so many of them were repeated. Okay, discussion.
Yeah, I'll just add on those different spots. For example, when they're being repeated, there could be one for administration, one for classified, one for certified. So it's basically the exact same motion, but it's addressing those different areas of employment.
All right. With no further discussion, we can take roll call, please.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes. Motion passes 5-0. I need another motion, please.
I'll second.
All right, Tyler and Jen. Eric Vetter as Fort County JVSD School Board member for a 3-year term effective January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028.
Did we ask
Thank
I
you.
think so.
Thank you. All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Levy? Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. And
Actually, you need
I need another motion, please.
I'll move.
Thank you, Galen.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jen. Student Wellness and Success Funds and Disadvantaged Pupil Impact Aid Plan for fiscal year 2026. Any discussion? No. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. Okay, any old business that we need to bring up today?
I don't know if it's old business or new business, but as far as the building update, would you like to have that? So we was sent this just not here too long ago, and I copied off for each one of you guys so that you can look at it. This is a rough proposal from the architects because they need, they're wanting they need to get our signed contract here to them, so. But what they're proposing, I really like the idea, hopefully you guys do too, but the location, originally we talked about hooking that to the field house. And they're proposing that it not hook to the field house and that it runs right out the back door where the building currently is. And that hallway can just extend right straight on out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the building that Nathan currently is would get relocated over to the other side where the bus barn's going. And then those 4 classrooms and the Ag Center would all just be in an extension right out that way.
Oh, that's perfect.
It shows it has a different way. It would also, I think, make it better for potential future addition if you needed to do something down the road, but it seems cleaner.
Has a
Not
good
trying to hook
flow.
it, not hooking it to the field house. So what they were saying is that, if you guys like that idea, they'll move forward with some more detailed drawings once we get this signed contract back to them then.
Okay.
Does this cut into like where the garden currently is?
Well, no.
In the garden.
That's over.
Yeah, for the bus barn part,
Yeah, the bus
yeah.
barn part.
We don't, no, I don't think so, Jen. Yeah.
All right. Any further discussion on other topics? Well, I guess, how does this look to you guys? I mean, to me, it looks like it has a better flow than what we had originally
It's a lot
envisioned.
cleaner than what we were talking about. Keeps it like closer together, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do you know how many square feet the expansion is?
I don't. The next set of drawings would do that, after I get this contract to them.
Off the bat, I don't think it looks big enough.
I know, right? It never does, isn't it? Right?
That's the next step, to do that, and then
Right.
put together like video, community members, or pertinent people that could speak on what that space goes like, others and square footage.
Are we gonna go and look at other facilities?
And I did that spring, I think.
I think we've got some pictures, some ideas.
Okay,
Visited several in the spring.
okay, good.
You sent this in October, then,
We
right?
actually shared a lot of those ideas with the architects already, and what we saw
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that
Yeah,
we thought would be good, and then things to
I
stray away
get that
from as well.
from Mike then, this week.
You're right, Eric, it does look pretty compact.
It does.
But
Well, the classrooms would be the size of all of our other classrooms, so we
Right.
know what size those are gonna be.
And either way, that extension of the hallway, I think that's the way to do it, however it shakes out, looks good.
Then we, obviously we'd have to relocate the trash area, which, all doable. And then, I said, oh my gosh, that building, and they said, we'll just move it out. It'll be on the far side of where the bus barn would be, is where that would go then, so.
If you didn't catch, the other side has the bus parts. and
Right.
so on.
Right.
All right. Any other discussion? And unannounced guests wishing to address the board? Did you want to talk?
No.
No.
I was just here to, I wasn't sure what you guys did.
Okay. And then we will be moving into executive
So
session.
Before we do that, I just wanted to say real quick, we get to go to the Capitol Conference and came back. The legislative session was interesting as always, and we didn't change anything after 3.5 hours of deliberation. So that was good. I think one of the things I got most out was the legislative update, which just, it talked roughly the 200 and some different bills that are currently in our state that affect our schools, which is crazy, and they just highlighted some of it. But one of the things that they talked about is how important it is that we as board members stay abreast of all of that, and that we come back and that we are that update, the legislative update to our community, because a lot of our community looks to us. And so we need to be speaking out on what's going on in the state and speaking up when we need to. I just never really thought about how we're that in-between person for our community. And so it was really good. And so they just talked about being more active and engaging our legislation, even inviting them to schools, which I think would be a really good idea. Just like how we had the county commissioners here, I think it would be neat if we could do a board meeting during the school day and invite some of our legislators here to see us and see what we do and understand why public schools are so important, because we are under attack. I mean, just across the board, there's trying to get it away from public schools, which is absurd. But it's just so important for us to be that voice for our community, and our kids. So otherwise, I didn't have too many.
You brought back stuff for Aaron on the, I didn't mention that, but obviously with the extension going out that way, that classroom, we're not going to be sending kids out there, obviously. So we're looking into some storage because we need to order the stuff for the grant, and we're going to have put it in storage until the facility is done. And then we're also looking into a modular building for him to have class in for a year.
So we can rent a space. So that was one of the vendors down there that I brought back. And then also I looked, Garmin Miller, I believe is that's
one.
So they worked with Antwerp, they worked with Fayette, they worked with a lot of different schools, and they've done that STEAM tech ag room. And so I brought back their information and I talked with them. And they also work really well with our builders. As we move forward, if we stay with them, they have a good relationship with them, and so they just had a lot of neat things to offer and neat ideas. And so they were also, if you remember last year, I came back and did a presentation. That was they were one of the presenters for that. So just a great company. I think it would be wise to reach out to them. So.
Thank you for always so patiently going
She was
to-
excited about going.
I was excited about going. I was not excited about the legislative update, but
I didn't think she was ever going to get out of there, right? It was long, yeah.
Oh, you have 200 bills. It's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it
new ones
is.
popping up all the time.
it is. It really is. So. That was
It's
it.
always
That's all I got.
changing. All right.
That would take us.
Okay, so we're for sure done with discussion now, no other things to talk about. All right, so we will be moving into executive session. All of the things we will be discussing fall under number 1, to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, demotion, et cetera, of an employee. It is 6:15. Let's say we will start at 6:20. So a motion, do we need to make the motion now or when we get back? I always forget.
We make motion now.
All right, need a motion, please.
I'll move.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Tyler. And roll call.
Mrs. Carrier?
Yes.
Mr. Levy?
Yes.
Mr. Methvin?
Yes.
Mr. Vetter?
Yes.
And Mrs. Mazur?
Yes, motion passes 5-0. There will be no action taken after this. So I'll see you all in about 5 minutes, all right? Thank you.